Welcome back, everybody, to episode 1, hour 2 of the Austin Brooks Show. My name is, I don't know why I keep saying Austin Brooks. It's the Austin Sports Show. It's really, really bad when the host can't even get the name of his show right. But hey, we're working out the bugs. This is my first time attempting a podcast. So, we'll get everything all ironed out and we will go from there. What we are looking at doing now is let's go into the week 7. Let's make our picks for week 7 in the National Football League. I am going to put on a disclaimer right now that I do these picks purely in fun. If you decide to take these picks and wager in Las Vegas or here in Canada, Sports Select or whatever happens to be going on in your particular region, you do so at your own peril, you do so at your own risk. I have nothing to do with this. But if you do happen to, win $1 million, I will gladly take a fee for helping you win said money. In saying that, I will tell you right now, the Thursday night game was the Raiders plus 2.5 over the Chiefs. I'd have lost. Because I'd have picked the Chiefs. Just saying. In my straight up pool, I did take the Chiefs and have a big old fashioned X starting for week 7. But let's get into the remaining games here on Sunday and then Monday Night Football as well. We have to start off with the Bills minus 2.5 versus the Buccaneers. So for those who don't gamble a lot or understand how the spread works, basically, if you pick the spit it out, dummy. Thank you very much. If you pick Buffalo, they must win by at least 3 points. If you pick Tampa Bay, they must either win, tie, or lose by no more than 2. Okay. So here we go. Hopefully that helps you understand this a little better. Basically, if I say it's minus, they are an underdog. If I say plus, they are... Well, that doesn't work either. Anyway, let's just do it. Who cares? Let's just do it. I am instilling a great deal of confidence in my picks already, I can tell, with all of you. Because I can't even get the spread straight, but here we go. Tampa Bay at Buffalo, minus 2.5. Like it said, the Buccaneers can lose by no more than 2 in this game against the Bills. Jameson Winston is a little banged up, but he still has a tremendous running back in Doug Martin. Mike Evans as his number 1 receiver. You look over at the Bills, of course, you're dealing with Tyrod Taylor and Shady McCoy. I, in this one, am going to go with the Buccaneers to win this game. In Buffalo. Simply because even a injured Jameson Winston is better than Taylor at quarterback. In Chicago, the Bears are taking on the Carolina Panthers. How this one will work, it's plus 3.5. So if you pick Carolina, they must win by at least 4 points. So they are favored. If you pick Chicago, they must either win, tie, or lose by no more than 3 points. So Carolina must cover the 3.5 points. Carolina in Chicago, Cam Newton starting to come back to his MVP season form. Chicago is working in a rookie quarterback. Flat out, my feeling on this one is Carolina. The Bills have had something like 100 quarterbacks in the last 20 years. They are trying their first round pickup, Trubisky. He will be starting. He has very little starting experience, whereas Cam Newton is one of the league's premier quarterbacks. I'm going to take Carolina to cover the 3.5 points. To Cleveland, the Tennessee Titans against the Cleveland Browns. This is plus 5.5. So Tennessee has to win this game by at least 6. Tennessee Titans winning against Cleveland by 6. Marcus Mariota versus Hogan, Kaiser, Tim Couch, maybe RG3 will come back. Maybe we'll get the return of Bernie Kosar. Who knows? I don't know. But let me put it to you this way. A home dog, Cleveland, Tennessee, 6. You know, this may be a sucker's bet, but I'm gonna say Cleveland covers. I think it's a lot closer game than we give it credit for. I say the Titans win, but I don't know. I'm not confident in them walking into Cleveland and winning by 6 or more. So I'm going to say Cleveland with this one. Stunned silence across the room. Exactly. Our next game probably would have been a marquee matchup at the start of the year. Unfortunately, not so much anymore. We have the New Orleans Saints traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. If you pick New Orleans, they have to beat the Packers at home by 6 or more points. If you pick Green Bay, they have to win, tie, or lose by no more than 5. Drew Brees against young Mr. Hundley for the Packers. We seen what happened last week. Of course, Hundley coming off the bench, 100% cold, had absolutely no time to work with the first team offense. I understand this. The only sniff he got leading the offense was after an interception was returned deep into Minnesota. I think it's who they were playing. Deep into Minnesota territory. Yes, deep in the Minnesota territory. Thank you very much. Um, so, this would have been a marquee matchup if it had been Rogers versus Drew Brees. It's not so much anymore. With all the injuries that Green Bay has suffered, they still have Ty Montgomery with his hurt ribs. They still have Devontae Adams. They still have Jordy Nelson. They still have Randall Cobb, Marcellus Bennett. But they have nobody to get the ball to them. If this is not a heavy game of Montgomery, and Montgomery racking up wicked yards in order to keep Drew Brees off the field, this is going to be an absolute blowout. It is not going to even be funny. What happens in this game, I do not believe. So, based on what I'm saying, I think you can understand that I am telling you right now, with a great deal of certainty, for me, take New Orleans. If this was a dominance league, or a confidence league, I should say, where you rate the games based on how confident you are, I would be taking this one at a 16 or a 15 or a 14, however many games there are this week. There's 15 games this week. So this will be my 15 pick. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. Colts versus Jaguars. Fournette is banged up, the running back for the Jaguars. The Colts are... I have not seen a report that Andrew Luck is on his way back this week. Blake Bortles has been doing a great job of just managing the Jags offense. They have a tremendous defense, an amazing defense. This game, and I've taken all road teams so far. I just kind of noticed that, but I think we're going to continue on with this trend right now. We're going to take the Jags to beat the Colts by at least 3 points. It's plus 2.5. So I believe the Jags will beat the Colts by more than 3 points. Off to Los Angeles, where the Arizona Cardinals are coming in to play the Rams. The Rams are favored by 3.5. Again, what that means is the Rams must win by at least 4 to cover the spread. Jared Goff has been very, very good so far this year. Cobb and why can I not think of the rest of the receivers? Anyway, Todd Gurley has been a tremendous fantasy player this year and has been leading the offense for the Rams. Jared Goff has done a much better job this year of managing the offense and taking some chances. He's starting to grow into the expectations of him when he was drafted last year by the Rams. You look at the Cardinals, they've got Larry Fitzgerald, they've got Adrian Peterson,